Welcome back to the Polishing Guy Show. Hey, this one's for Jeff and Jason and Ginger and Jaden. Woo-wee! Before we begin, I want to give a big shout out to Jeff Weagli. Hey, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a great Wednesday out there. I hope you show this video to Ginger tonight. You will love this. You will laugh a little bit along the way. It's going to be so much fun. So it started. So it was a Saturday morning, and then I had Buster Moon from Buster Moon's Polishing was going out to Jeff's house, Jeff's shop. I mean, to polish on the trail rails on his cavalry trailer, on his weasel trail, whatever you want to call that. It was so great. I had all my tools with me. There was no running back and forth here like the other guy did. You guys probably remember that. You probably told me. We had everything in the back of the truck. So it was around, I woke up at 5 and sat around for an hour watching TV and sat finally around 6 to 6:30. I went to start my truck, and after Kadat I went. So I actually stopped at the Cynics in Kadat. Actually not that at 29 Pines. I went and got some donuts. Actually, no, it wasn't. I stopped at the Quick Trip in Kadat. I told Jeff I was going to stop. I was going to get some drop discs before I came to his shop. He wanted me there around 7:30 to start polishing on the side rails on his trailer. So finally, a little while later, showed up at, I also, on the way before that, I actually made a quick pit stop at Walmart, bought some drinks and stuff, and Harry there. It was so great. I got some Minute Maid lemonade. I got some Z0 Gatorade, and Ginger was gonna make us lunch that day. So finally I got to cut out, called Jeff. He told me where to. Actually, I put it where I needed to go. He gave me the address to his house where his shop was. Finally, I texted him, and I backed. I was gonna polish in the shop and all that stuff, but. Well, Jeff and Jason, they were gonna work on other things. They were gonna do other things on the cabo while I polish. It got pretty noisy in there. I was the real guy. I was the real deal. So finally, Buster Moon showed up on Buster Moon's polishing the Mount Scouts and shining the Chippewa Valley since 2021. How about that? This was on a Saturday. Yeah. Finally, Jeff was happy. I said, good morning, Jeff. How are you come over here and get donuts? I brought them donuts. Him and I'll stop that. I know he already had his 2 eggs on the side up, but he actually got a donut too. And I said, I showed him all my tools. He couldn't believe how many grinders and busters I had. Man, you're gonna kill it today. Yep. I don't know how big your shop was, but finally got everything. And I said, we chatted a little bit. Yeah, Jason was out there. Yeah. Oh, he dropped some drinks. Yeah, Ginger was gonna make us cigar. This is Jeff talking now. Ginger was gonna make us cigar for lunch. Yeah, maybe I don't really know, but well, me and Jeff and where the guys hung out in the shop. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. He told me what he wanted done on the rod rails, and shortly after kind of got after it. Yeah, it got kind of noisy in there after a while. You know, I put my coveralls on, and yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna need it. Yeah. Some of my projects I use Renegade, I use the stuff that Evan sold. I had red wheels, had blue wheels, had red wheels, I had orange wheels, had yellow wheels, had purple wheels, had maybe a couple of green wheels. I had untreated whites, I had planner wheels and fully slides. I had everything, man. The rouges, I had the stainless stuff. I had brown rouge, I had green rouge, I had Renegade's purple competition, I had couple of the new Renegade bars. I had a little bit of Mizuna, that was what I was going to use that. I had some Bush stuff. I had a little bit of everything. I brought everything with. So the busters I used mainly, okay. Yeah, just the way how the looks like an light. So I had the grinders. I had a Makita. I had a couple of these big DeWalt model like this, DeWalt grinder, big polisher. The Makita, these ones, the GS7021 and the D28099X. Another, I don't know if I had the big DeWalt one, but. I also had this older Makita. Don't know, oh yeah. The model number is 9067L. I love this. This is. Yeah, I actually had a couple of them. Evan gave me a couple of them. But yeah. So finally, like I said, I got a couple of extension cords out. That was actually my nickname. Jeff actually called me that day, yeah, Buster Moon. Then Ginger came out to the shop. Yeah, him and Jaden were getting ready to go run errands. Jeff said, Buster Moon is here. We're gonna get started polishing on I'm gonna do all the. Jeff and Jason sit back and relax and take a nap in here. Might be too noisy, so I'm gonna take a nap. But I will see you later, Buster Moon. Ginger got a donut. Buster actually brought donuts. You should get a donut. So finally, Jason got me plugged in. Jeff or Jason, one of them. I asked Jeff, how many volts are your outlets in here? I need like 20 amp breakers or some outlet. I need enough amperage to run the grind with. Sandy got me, Jeff got me, good old Jeff Weagli got me, Jeff D. Weagli got me taken care of. Finally got going on the love roads. Actually went fairly well. Yeah, by lunchtime I had the full one done. Yeah. I used starch right there to get them cleaned up and do a little bit of light sanding on them. Finally took this spot. I finally took my Mickey the 9067L. I put an A-way on there, and finally now the noise in this begins. Yeah. 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 Now that is loud. Yeah. Finally, a couple hours later, it was getting around lunchtime, and I kind of worked for a couple hours. They came, Jeff and Jason went in and out. They were working on lights and stuff. They got all the lights. I don't know if there's any light. Yeah, they had everything prepped the night before. So finally, they were working on other things, and even halfway, they said, Man, he does a really good job. It looks, man, we're definitely gonna need to hire Buster Moon again. Yeah, he was so happy. Yeah, we're gonna have him maybe do more polishing for us. Yeah. I know that was a big job, a rub there, but yeah. But that made me happy. In the next video, no, this is why not named for Jeff, but if you want to watch that, fine too. Where I go to Josh Bergey's house where I polish on his stuff. The nasty is the best. Yeah. Maybe someday I can do a job like that with Jeff and think about maybe I should name my business to Buster Moon's Polishing. What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, Jeff and Jason watched my process. I actually showed them. I kind of showed them a little bit how I did a rub with. This is not my first rub. This wasn't my first rub I was doing. Yeah. Yeah, looks like he's doing a really good job. Finally, after a little while, then I went to the second cut. I was actually using the ground hunt time to shine that day to cut in a really aggressive way. Well, listen, music that I was listening to, what should have been? I was actually listening to Slow Ride at the moment. Do you like that song? Slow Ride, bum bum bum. Take it easy. Can't really play it, or we'll get copyright, but yeah, I guess we can sing it. I don't know. Slow Ride. Do you like that song, Jeff? Slow like bum bum bum, take it easy. I like that song. Yeah. That was what I was doing. Finally got to appointments. Finally, we got. I don't know if was I allowed in the house. They decided lunch was ready. The spaghetti. They made spaghetti and garlic bread, and they all invited us into lunch. I know it was the filthiest. I know that portion really makes it really filthy, Jeff. But whatever. So finally, I dropped one of my drinks in there. I gave Jeff a lemonade he loved. Finally, we had a great chat with Jeff and Ginger and their family. Finally, after lunch, I got going on another couple hours later. We got all the rubber out. I was a pretty quick posture. Yeah. I got them cleaned up. Jeff was happy with the work I did. Finally, around supper time. So hours later, I got the whole rubber out done in a certain amount of time. Yeah. I get the rub rails cleaned up. So Jeff, he was really happy. So finally got cleaned up, and then said he gave me a check. It was a good amount of money. You rocked it today. You got done in a certain amount of time. Because this was actually right before he was actually getting ready to go to a truck show. And he called me. It looks like he actually went over, he actually hand polished like the wheels, and actually he used a little bit. I showed them what the best hand polishes were, and yeah, he went right at it. Yeah, he tried a little bit of my stuff too. Him and Jason. Sometimes I had to do Jason was next thing he did do my trip. Yep. Well, maybe before the next truck show. Finally, Jeff helped me get packed up and finally don't live up the maximum window. Me and Jason will clean it up. Alright, so finally got cleaned up. He had the sink in there to wash up. I actually used had some special soap I used to get clean up. Don't worry about the mess buster. Well, me and Jason will take care of it. So finally took my coveralls off, and finally got a lemonade, got a nice little beverage, yeah. You guys want any of this lemonade? So, Jeff took one, Jason took one too. Finally, so thank you guys for having me out here. Thank you, buddy. That was a big help getting those rails cleaned up. If there's any more that you want me to do, I'm glad to help you whenever I can. I'm glad to help you wherever. Yeah, we'll yeah, thanks again, buddy, and finally gave me, I got paid, and finally got cleaned up, and finally left. Ginger and Jalen came and say goodbye. Yeah. We'll definitely see you at Terry Bill next year. I guess that'd be so then if you guys have me come back up to your shop again. So long. So finally that's the video where I polished Jeff Weagli's trail rails. I hope you enjoyed, Jeff, and we'll see you later.